I wanted to live in Paris my whole life, so when I finally got my own apartment here, I knew exactly what I wanted it to be. I really kind of wake up in my little Parisian dream every morning.
I'm Sara Gore and welcome to Open House NYC, everyone. We have a fantastic show for you this week filled with design delight, and we are getting started with friend of the show, Vincent Wolf. He takes us inside his latest project, a 20-foot wide Georgian-style townhouse on the Upper East Side. See how he blends classic elegance with global influence and modern flair to create a home that's as functional as it is refined. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Vincent Wolf. I'm an interior designer. We are at my latest project, a beautiful townhouse in Upper East Side, Manhattan. This home was built in the turn of the century. My goal was to make it family friendly and to update it. There's a lot to see on the 5 floors of the townhouse, so let me share it with you. Straight ahead is the kitchen. So we took the whole kitchen apart and we sprayed it white. We took the window and we increased the width and the height of it to allow more light to come in and keep an open sense to the kitchen. Right off the kitchen, there's an interior courtyard. One of the things that I wanted was a fountain there so the sound could travel throughout the building. Instead of just doing a dining room, we incorporated the den. It's a great place because the kids go there after dinner, watch television. I like to use white in spaces. I think that it makes the space feel very architectural. But many times I will bring objects like this wonderful tapestry that I bought in Mongolia that has all these colors, and that gives it a pop to the space. Beyond that, there's a really small outdoor deck. We did trellises all the way around, and we use lucite mirror behind it. So when you enter the room, it feels like the space is going on. The living room is my favorite room in the house. There are 2 different seating areas. The one that's underneath the tapestry is a very square sofa, but upholstered in a wonderful soft mohair. I brought in colors that were on the tapestry and the pillows. The lamps are really wonderful. It's blown Venetian glass with a brass base and white shades. We kept the original fireplace, which is a wonderful color, which I thought just a sense of warmness. The focal point of the room is a wonderful urn. It brings in colors to the space that don't exist. It really completes the style of the room. Beyond that is the outdoor deck. And I really love it because a lot of natural light comes in, and by planting bamboo, we blocked out the neighbors. Heading up the stairs, you go to the 3rd floor. In the bedroom, I wanted the bed to really stand out. So we created a wall that has lighting at either side. I think that the main element in the space is the carpet. We did a very low pile carpet, and we created a frame of this 3-inch silk shag, and it brought a sense of sexiness to the space. There were 3 things I wanted to accomplish. 1, update it, eliminating all the old elements. 2, make it a home for a family that they can all enjoy. And 3rd, make it timeless. Thank you for coming, and thank you for letting me share this with you. I'm very happy and proud of this job.
You can always trust Vincent to bring out the best in any space. Coming up next, an American in Paris. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in Paris, which is always a good idea, with author Anna Kloots. See how she turned her chic apartment into a home filled with style, comfort, and stories that perfectly reflect her, her fiancé, and the beautiful city around them. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Anna Kloots. I'm an author living in Paris, France. I've been living here for 6 years. I moved to Paris because it's my favorite city in the world. I live here with my dog Miette and my fiance. Let me show you around. I wanted to live in Paris my whole life. I used to go to the flea markets when I did my semester abroad here. And so when I finally got my own apartment here, I knew exactly what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be filled with all these old objects that I could find and fill with my own stories mixed with Paris's old stories. So in France, your living room is called your salon. I put the couch here so that you face the view. The squiggle couch is the least comfortable couch in the world, but it's pretty. And I put my big antique mirror right here so that it would reflect the beautiful view. But I have all these mirrors and reflective surfaces, and the windows are open so that the room looks and feels a lot bigger than it actually is. This is a copy of my book that I hand bedazzled, which, while I would not usually have my book on display in my home, I felt like this just had to stay on display permanently. None of the wall molding was here when I moved in, so I decided to add all of it myself. And I think it just adds that old French feeling that I wanted this apartment to have, but I had to re-add a lot of that in. So right along with the mirror, a big, beautiful old antique crystal chandelier was just top in my vision of something that had to be here. And it's one of my favorite things in the whole apartment. Miette needed a dog bed, so I found this antique hat box. And I realized that it was actually the cutest little dog bed ever. If you have to have your dog bed on display in your home all the time, it might as well be cute. I went through 3 tables before I settled on this one, and I finally found the right one. This is an antique from the 70s, and then these chairs are like a mixed match, and this is an antique-inspired design. Every time I would go to the flea markets on the weekend, I would always be on the hunt for old, amazing frames, and usually these can be like 100 or 200 euros, but every once in a while you get really lucky and someone is selling it for like 30 or 40, and that's what I'm always on the hunt for. This is a picture of my late brother-in-law. He was my biggest supporter of move to Paris, Annie, go for it, do it, go be a writer, go for it. And I keep this right here every day just as a reminder to hustle and go for your dreams. This is the reason that I actually rented this apartment in the first place. This is called a balcon filant, and it's almost like a whole exterior living room. This was a must, and finding one that wrapped all the way around was my absolute dream. I can actually take the balcony to get over to the kitchen. This is my Barbie dream kitchen. I had to completely rip the kitchen out of here when I moved in. There was no stove. There was nowhere for dishes or anything like that. And so I put in open shelving because I wanted it to keep very light and airy, and also this was gonna be way more cost effective than putting in whole new cabinets. And this way I could have everything on display. Croissants in the home are a must. As is a daily baguette. You have to go get a fresh baguette every morning. It's always about €1.20, €1.30, and it's always gone by the end of the day. Kitchen art, I always struggled with knowing what to put on the wall because I wanted it to be intentional. I wanted it to make sense for a kitchen. And I have the women in my family and their classic recipes. And I was walking on the street in New York City one day and I saw this piece of art in the meatpacking district and I fell in love with it. I put it smack in the middle of the kitchen because my kitchen is for dancing. This is my Marie Antoinette inspired bedroom. I always wanted this Beauty and the Beast-esque wardrobe that felt like it was gonna spring to life and dress me for dinner. And this Corbier, which means basket bed. It is only 140 centimeters, which is slightly larger than a double bed. But you just get used to everything being a little bit smaller in France. I found these old Venetian side tables that are like these tiny little, totally impractical, they hold nothing. Nightstand, I framed everything in all these gold frames. I ended up framing just a cute little love note from my boyfriend. I have another mirror in here that has old antique vibe, and I really kind of wake up in my little Parisian dream every morning. I feel like good design is not following any rules. So good design is what you look at and it makes you happy. It depends on the actual room and the vibe and what you're looking to create there. It is constantly changing and evolving, which is really what design and life is all about. So come back soon because it might be completely different.
Thanks for the tour, Anna. I wish I could say that in person. It looks so beautiful. Coming up next, we are in Brooklyn Heights. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in Brooklyn Heights at the home of designer Fiona Byrne. See how she blends a 70s vibe with contemporary style, featuring mid-century treasures, a custom mezzanine that is oh so cool, and personalized touches like a little shamrock molding, a little nod to her Irish roots. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Fiona Byrne. I'm an interior designer, and welcome to my apartment in Brooklyn Heights. So this is a classic parlor level apartment, and I did the whole place from top to bottom. I brought in pieces from the 70s, some mid-century, some contemporary, so let's take a look at what I did. This main space was so beautiful to begin with, and the obvious place to put my living area was right here by the windows because they're 10 feet tall and it's the brightest place in the apartment. I went almost completely 70s with the furniture, and this Vladimir Kagan snail coffee table is the centerpiece. I dreamed about owning this Adrian Pearsall chair for a really long time, but I don't sit in it very often because it's so white, so I just kind of get to enjoy it from the couch. The tan suede chair is also from the 70s, and the bar cart is also from the 70s. The 70s is my favorite era in terms of design, fashion, music, everything. I originally wanted to keep my walls blank, but I also wanted a TV. And the best way to have a TV is to hide it in a gallery wall as best you can. This life art I brought from my old apartment, and I still love it. It just shows that if you really love something, it's going to stay with you no matter where you go. This kitchen wasn't even really a kitchen when I moved in, so what I did was I added new countertops, so now I have a breakfast bar and a lot more workspace. And now that I have a breakfast bar, I was able to add some stools. They're called paperclip stools for obvious reasons. This empty area was just the perfect place to put open shelves. So most of the pottery is vintage Carrigaline from Ireland, and I just love it. It makes me think about Ireland every time I look at it. And then I added mirrored doors on the upper cabinets, and they're actually bathroom doors from IKEA. When I first moved in, this platform wasn't here, the stairs wasn't here. I found this staircase on Facebook Marketplace, and it's solid oak. It actually looks like it's original to the space, which is something you're always striving for in good design. Anyway, let's go upstairs. The first thing you see when you come up here is this daybed. I upholstered the walls using bed sheets from the 70s and liquid starch. And when you want to change it, you just peel it off. It comes off very cleanly. When you're up here, you're really close to the crown molding, so I wanted to add some additional molding on the guest bed to bring it in line with the rest of the space. And I had them add a little shamrock just for me. This room also serves as my office, and I have a mix of books and office supplies and decorative things. I love standing up here, looking down and admiring everything I've done to my home. This is my bedroom. I wanted to keep it as serene and calm as possible, so I kept it very neutral in here. When I moved in, there was no molding on these walls at all, so I added all of this myself. Not as hard as you'd think, actually. I've always wanted a canopy bed, and I really like it because it's a mid-century style, and it's really not that easy to find mid-century canopy beds anymore. God, I love these lamps. They're by Louis Poulsen, and they're an iconic design, so iconic pieces are the very definition of timeless design. You might know the famous Truman Capote quote, "I live in Brooklyn by choice," and that's why I got these books, because he would have been my neighbor in another time. So there you have it, my Brooklyn Heights apartment. It's definitely a reflection of my design style, my personality. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for coming.
Coming up, we are Budapest bound, which I never thought I would say, to visit one of the most beautiful cafes in the world. That makes me think I could use a cup of coffee right now. I'm gonna go get one. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in Budapest at the New York Cafe, which is often referred to as one of the most beautiful cafes in the world. Opened in the late 19th century, it showcases gilded ceilings, frescoes, marble columns, and crystal chandeliers. Once a hub for writers and artists, it remains a cultural icon well worth a visit. See why.
You're about to walk in to one of the most beautiful cafes of the world.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Please, after you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. People were not kidding. This is beautiful.
If you look around, there's going to be a beautiful blend of Italian Renaissance, but also Baroque and Rococo. The beautiful stucco work, the wonderful frescoes with floral motifs, gilded columns you see, velvet upholstery. There's a lot of marble. Of course, there was gold used.
You know what I love in here? The chandeliers.
The chandeliers are amazing, made from Venetian glass, coming from Murano, and they just gonna have amazing light, warm glow that they exude. Everything luxurious was actually made from the material that it looked like.
The best of the best, they went all out. New York Cafe, Budapest. What is the correlation? Why is that the name of where we're at today?
The building itself was owned by and was built by New York Insurance Company.
So the gilded columns, the frescoes, what is the artistic influence behind that?
The interior was supposed to look more like a palace. Here you're not entirely sure if you came into a royal seat
Right.
or a coffee house, exuding luxury.
Yes.
That was the main point.
It's giving me opera. It's like into the opera house.
Yes,
coming
much
in
more
there.
theatrical than
Yeah.
your usual coffee house. So everything put together with amazing service. This is something that really puts it to the top.
It's chef's kiss.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Coming up, a good hair day for all. That's cause for a celebration. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Celebrity hairstylist Ted Gibson and Jason Back left the big city life for a simpler life, a more colorful life in Palm Springs. Their desert home bursts with fun and style. So give yourself a zhuzh and enjoy.
Hi, my name is Jason Bakke. I'm an entrepreneur and celebrity hair colorist.
And I'm Ted Gibson, beauty guru and entrepreneur. Welcome to Palm Springs.
Come on into Serene Resort for our garden party.
Color. You get this burst of color when you sit here because we're artists. We really try to have a lot of color in our home. This coffee table that we bought in Los Angeles, it has this really kind of quilt pattern to it, which is really beautiful and has all the colors we love. And then this custom sofa is about 15 years old. I designed it personally. And these pillows, you can see this pop of color of pillows, they go with everything. We bought them off the internet. They're really cheap. I think it's important to mix things that are a little less expensive with expensive things to create this really great vibe.
When we bought this house in 2018, we wanted each room to have a different vibe and a different sensibility. Maybe an Instagram moment, if you will. Palm Springs is known for its mid-century architecture, its clean, simple lines, and we are the opposite. We like bold, bright, vivid colors, lots of texture. No teddy bears were killed to make this blanket. And to tie everything together, take a look at the floors. When we bought the house, the flooring was very 80s, which wasn't the vibe we were going for, so we decided to take up the carpeting and the tile and expose the concrete floors, and then brought in all of these different carpets to add texture, warmth, and color. And as you can see, with all of this natural light pouring in through the sliders that go out to the pool, it's a beautiful space to just relax and enjoy. And speaking of pool, our guests are just about to arrive. Let's head on out back and get the party started. Oh my gosh, our company is here. It's time for a costume change montage.
You look good, Jason.
You look good, Ted.
Well, thanks so much.
Now that our friends have arrived,
What?
let's just enjoy Palm Springs living with this gorgeous pool. We can get a tan,
Aren't you jealous?
we can play ping pong, but most of all, we can celebrate with our friends.
Cheers!
Cheers, you guys.
That's a wrap, guys. Thanks for visiting us here at our home, Serene Resort here in Palm Springs, where the life is fabulous and the people are beautiful.
Cheers.
Did you enjoy this episode of Open House? If so, click the subscribe button to enjoy more tours of luxurious spaces.